Hello, everyone. This is Maysha doing a Mornings with Maysha, although I'm cutting it close because it's close to noon here. But I want to talk to you all about something that, well, you just can't make this stuff up, folks. And as long as we're breathing, to be living in great big capital letters, those are the topics that, well, we should be embracing.
As long as you're breathing, keep living. As long as you're breathing, keep living. As long as you're breathing, keep living. As long as you're breathing.
Hey, you all. So this won't be a long one because I have a Zoom soon, and I'm looking very much forward to that. And I had not planned on doing this, actually. I don't even have a cup of hot tea with me. I had that this morning while I was doing a show with Gabrielle Washington, and can't wait for y'all to see that. It's scheduled to air at 10 o'clock on the 21st, where we discuss spiritual awakening or energetic awakening as an Every Life is a Story event, which is the topic we've had all month now. And Sherry Moises' featured interview will air tomorrow. And then Shelley Roman's, I believe, airs on the 28th. And mine on the 24th, which is part of the roundtable event. So hope you all will enjoy those where we discuss energetic awakening, which is what I want to talk to you about now is the pineal gland. It sits in the middle of the head, but pressure at the third eye area activates the pineal gland. If the pineal gland becomes calcified, we end up having hormonal issues. Things like our thyroid and our pituitary gland end up in trouble. That happened to me 3-4 years ago now, about 4 years ago, I guess. My pituitary gland literally failed. I mean, it was like this phone call from the doctor. We have never seen pituitary gland levels this low. You have some that are at 0. And so we want you to go do this. We want you to go do this. I was a nurse. I've been a nurse. And so it was, we want you to go and we want you to start taking this injection, get the stuff. You do it yourself at home every day. And I mean, it was a big deal. And I was very sick. Of course, I have fibromyalgia. And I thought I was in the biggest fibro flare of my life. But no, my pituitary gland was shutting down. And there's this notion, and I don't think that it's necessarily wrong, that all of the fluoride that we have used in our water all these years, and that's in our toothpaste and very many other things that we've been told is for our health. Well, it's going to sound conspiracy theorist, but whether the level of consciousness was that what we're doing is the wrong thing and it was malicious, or whether it was just by happenstance, I'm not going to claim to know. That hasn't been channeled to me. But fluoride is what calcifies the pineal gland. And it was actually used in the water of the Holocaust camps. The Holocaust victims, the concentration camps that were set up for them. Fluoride was put in the water to make them more docile and controllable. So if they knew about it, you have to think. And there's warnings on toothpaste even about don't swallow over X amount, when you're brushing your teeth, et cetera, et cetera. And we're actually told all the time how we use way too much, like we fill the whole thing and we're really just need like a pea size amount. We're told to use small amounts. Babies, we're told not to use toothpaste on babies for a period of time because it doesn't take a lot to be actually, it's fatal to the body. Fluoride is. So, but here we're inundating our bodies with fluoride. And the thought is that is meant to control human beings, to keep us from becoming spiritually awakened. Because the pineal gland has to do with spiritual awakening, with third eye experience. Now, that doesn't have to be, that sounds conspiracy theorist. I'm not saying it was necessarily done purposeful, but I am saying that The fact that the Nazis knew it and used it, that's disturbing. I'm just going to leave it at that. So you can draw your own conclusions. I'm not going to give you conclusions. However, what I do want to get to is using the third eye is not necessarily this mystical thing, all right? There are chemicals that are released whenever the third eye is activated that give us experiences that we are not able to have without that sight. Okay. There's a teaching out there, and I've only seen one source for it, so I don't know for sure. But there's a teaching out there that originally this was where our vision was at, and that there's actually nerve activations that go to the pineal gland from here that show that this was originally where our vision was at, not these two eyes. How far back that would have been, I don't know, but there is a teaching out there about that I've come across. Again, I've not had a chance to look into it any further. But we see in all sorts of past religions and in past civilizations, this area has been highly venerated. The crown of the Egyptians, the eye of Horus, the dot in the Indian tradition. The tradition I want to talk about, though, is the kiss on the forehead, the divine kiss. There is a chemical released when someone kisses us on the forehead. It's a very intimate kiss. The lips are intimate, but how many people move in and actually kiss your forehead? Sometimes couples will actually touch foreheads right here. How many people do you actually do that with? Some people kiss their children on the forehead before they leave them or at night. In Judeo-Christian tradition, that is like blessing someone, to kiss them on the forehead. Was believed to be actually activating the pineal gland. I draw cards every day, as you all know. And after listening to a teaching on this, which contained a lot of things I already knew, the last little bit is something that was there that was new to me that I didn't know about. But everything else I had known and had researched and studied. And when my own pituitary gland failed, I knew about fluoride. I knew about like people using it to control, such as what the Nazis did. I knew that it had that effect. I knew about the DMT, or the psychedelic that is released from it, and that allows us to have, whether it's vision in the mind's eye or whether we see it physically. I knew all that was associated with the pineal gland. But I also knew that mine had been calcified. Another way to awaken it is with all of the meditation we do. But today, the first card I got was with the Three of Pentacles. Now, most people see this as either a collaboration, a conspiracy. But for me, I see, first of all, whenever I get threes all the time, which has to do with master teacher. Numerals, as far as a master number goes, you're a master teacher. But I teach 1 + 1 = 3 relationships, which is meant to exponentially raise the vibrational frequency of the planet. When you have two people that come together as one, it's so commingled that that's not healthy, and we don't end up raising vibrational frequency. Whenever you have 1 and 1 as 2 with no commingling, well, you have the same, there's no increase in vibrational frequency. Even if the two are happy, healthy, whole, and complete, you still just have the 2 vibrational frequencies. But when 2 healthy, happy, whole, and complete people come together, this is how I show up. This is how I show up. This is what you can expect of me. This is what you can expect of me. And that is put in the relationship dimension, the dimension of the relationship. We exponentially raise the vibrational frequency of the planet because we have just added a third entity, a third dimension that is high vibrational, because it has a life of its own. And this is not just couples, this is every type of relationship. So by understanding that this is how all relationships are supposed to be, we have healthy relationships. People are healthy, happy, whole, and complete. They get to live the life they came here to live. They get to be who they are. But because they attracted one another in relationship, that means the story is they're supposed to be together in that relationship. And they're doing it the right way. And we're raising the vibrational frequency of the planet. And that is what relationship was always meant to be. It is the relationship we came here in. We came here as, I'll show up and be me. Everyone else said, I'll show up and be me. And we all make up the universal consciousness. And the human collective, because when we're incarnate, that is our relationship container, the human collective. The human collective is chaotic right now because we're not all showing up healthy, happy, whole, and complete, and being who we said we would be, who we would incarnate as. That is how we get the human collective back from chaos to order. And everyone has the life they came here to live. All right? So that is what I teach. It's been given to me now for over a year. And it's what I always understood relationships should be. I just didn't know how to articulate it. And I certainly didn't know how to get there, because when you're the only one who believes that, well, the relationship isn't that. And so we won't go there. But so this is the card I got today. And this is what I see. So this is about building. Yes, they are looking at it. They are constructing. So it's about building a 1 + 1 = 3 relationship. Then the bottom of the deck, as you all know, is the prevailing energy of the day. It was another 3, the 3 of Cups, which is celebratory of, in this case, building a 1 + 1 = 3 relationship. A loving one, because all relationships should be built on the premise of unconditional love, which doesn't have to be romantic love. It's just high vibrational respect. I'm not giving you a list of conditions. It's unconditional. I'm giving you how I will show up. But in love relationships, of course, that is definitely how a couple becomes exponential. Neither one loses their identity. They keep their identity. Their identity is why they're together, because who you are lights me up. I want to support you. I want to see you shine. When you shine, the planet's vibration goes up. I want to see you shine. And you lit me up, so I have the emotions for you that I want to be a part of that. And then in turn, that's what you want for that person. That's what goes in the third dimension. And that's what you do for one another. And the relationship itself shines. It's exponential. It's an exponential life. And it's what we came here to live. So today I'm like, okay, so what's up with all the 3s here? I get 3s all the time. But then I drew the unicorn card for the day. Enlightenment, third eye. Look for the highest perspective and see the divine in everyone. When we have 1 + 1 = 3 relationships, that's what we're doing. We're looking from the higher perspective, the third eye. We're seeing from a spiritual standpoint, from the standpoint that we're all energy. So it's not a judgmental, it's not a selfish, it's all about me. But it's understanding that each of us getting the life we came here to live is what causes everyone to get the life they came here to live. All right? So we're to see the divine in everyone. When we see someone who is not doing things the way we want them to, when we see that butterfly effect is happening because of it, there can be no judgment. That person is where they are. That's the level of consciousness they're at. And no matter what level of consciousness we're at, there's always other levels for us to attain to, so that we can have no judgment. When we look back on our own life and we say, if only I'd known, where would I be at now? No, you can't do that. You didn't know. So you did the best you could at that time. And that's a waste of your energy. Pull your energy back from that. Pull it to the now. And don't stay stuck on, well, I can't do that. I've tried this before. I've tried that before, and it didn't work. You're at a different level of consciousness now. So you can try anything that lights your heart up. If you become a person who lives by their heart space and does what lights their heart up, not because the mind is saying, well, this is the safe thing for us to do, this is the thing we should do, but what truly lights your heart up, then you're going to get into that vibrational frequency that is uniquely yours. And you're going to be at this Zen point where when emotion, energy in motion peaks because something lights you up, you're going to enjoy that. And the pineal gland is going to light up too. It's going to guide you. And then you'll experience it though from that neutral space. Instead of riding waves like this, it lights you up. But then you come to that neutral space, that vibrational frequency that is yours. And you're happy, healthy, whole, and complete. And then, so that's a relationship. And then your job, same thing, lights you up. You come to that emotional place. Well, those relationships, the family, the friend, the job, the significant other, all those things then continually are bringing emotion, energy in motion into your life. And so you are having highs from the vibrational frequency that comes in with that, but you're not ever dipping all the way back down into the dense energies. You're coming to the neutral place where you're calm and zen and where everything is just comfortable and wonderful. So it can be intense and great and blissful and joy and all of those things, but it never dips below your neutral place. You don't go back into those dense energies because you're now able to understand. You're doing energy management. You understand you're an energetic being, and you can use the pineal gland to help be in touch with the energetic you, to see. We visualize the life we want. That's what we use to do it. We put out the energy for that. That attracts it back to us. And this is how we get in this vibrational frequency where we finally reach the point where we're plugged in as us. This is how I'm going to show up. What we told the universe when we incarnated, our contract with the entire human collective, and with ourselves. And then what we tell people in every relationship we're in, whether it's your job, your family, your friends, your relationship with your pet. How are you treating your pet? Are you honoring the contract you have with your pet? What you told your pet in your heart space when you got it? And then, of course, significant other relationships. Now, what does that have to do with the divine kiss? I've often held now for years this notion that the kiss on the forehead, there's nothing that is more sweet, more romantic, more loving, more intimate. Someone once asked me, what is the very first thing that you would like me to do? The very first thing, like upon meeting or upon entering a room or whatever. And my answer was, kiss me on the forehead. I had no clue why I said that. I just knew that from that person, that is what I wanted. The pineal gland, our spiritual awakening, our becoming aware of who we are and why we're here, to be the one and only us. What our purpose is, to be the one and only us. Only you can be you. Only you can feel that vibrational frequency that you said you would come here and be, that brings peace and order and that level of healthy, happy, whole, and complete to the human collective, which ultimately reverberates out to the cosmic collective. Everyone, all that's ever been incarnate, all that will incarnate later, all energy, the planets, the comets, the moon, the stars, all space, everything we can see, everything that we know about, being the one and only you. That reverberation out is what brings order to all of that. There's nothing more important you can do. And to be able to do this, to be able to know ourselves at that level, to be able to awaken that type of intuition. So we do follow our heart space. So we're in alignment with all of our chakras. We're using all of our chakras. We're living as the multidimensional being we came here to be. We're transcending the mind, which is telling us, no, we've got societal programming, and no, we're afraid of that, and oh, we did that before and it didn't work. Shh, be quiet. We're in a different level of consciousness now. To do all of that, we activate the pineal gland, the third eye. We can create by and have successes by visualizing and going outer dimension, the dimension of having done so, and then pulling that energy back in and grounding that energy. Third eye, pineal gland, the divine kiss on the forehead. There is a hormonal reaction to that. It releases in us chemicals, natural chemicals. It causes within us, in our energetic beingness, it causes a reaction that helps us do that. It releases melatonin into the body, which helps us sleep. The other chemical that it puts out, DMT, I believe it's called, it's what causes us to dream. And of course, we all know that in our dreams, we are going outer dimension. It's that important. So kissing your child on the forehead at night, it's one of the most loving things you can do. Your intimate relationships, don't necessarily recommend that you go around kissing all your friends and strangers on the forehead, but your intimate relationships, one of the most romantic, loving things you can do, one of the things you can do that most strengthens your relationship, that makes you exponentially able to be who you came here to be. Kiss that person on the forehead. There are no coincidences, you all. There just aren't any. We created our lives. We're guided for our lives so that we are coming along our timeline the way we're supposed to be. So we live healthy, happy, whole, and complete, and have the lives we came here to live. So everyone has that life. And we are joyful, blissful. We can plug into those frequencies and be at that neutral place where we always are in a good Zen point, where we're peaceful. Peace be with you. The kiss on the forehead, peace be with you. That's what we're here to bring to one another. When you get stuck, energetically stuck, when you're been there, done that, didn't work, or I've got so much trauma, I can't, or I'm afraid, so I can't, or in my family, we don't do that, or well, the expectation is, what will people think? All of those things. That's energetically stuck. Release it. Pull your energy back to yourself. Envision what it is you want. Open up to your heart space. Let it tell you. Ground that energy. Make it so. Make it so. Walk in that energy. And one of the ways you can help people the most, those closest to you, your children, and the one you're intimate with, the divine kiss. A kiss on the forehead. Uncovering that lights me up, because I knew sometime back now that when that person said, how do you want me to, what's the first thing you want me to do? And they said, kiss me on the forehead. There's no coincidences. There's no coincidences. All right, you all. I have a very important Zoom in a few minutes with someone I'm very close to. So I hope you've enjoyed this morning with Maysha. It's been different. And yes, I'm lit up because I remember that kiss on the forehead. It was a moment of enlightenment. Give that to those who you love. And do it for yourself too. Because then you're walking in the vibrational frequency you came here to be in. anytime we're helping others be healthy, happy, whole, and complete. Truly doing it. Not being used, but it's an energy for energy thing. We're living in great big capital letters. We're loving in them too. And laughter and joy and bliss and all those things will come. So will the peace of being in your vibrational frequency.